https://predominantly orange.com. This Denver Broncos 5-game stretch in 2025 will define their season. What's good? Broncos country. What I'm about to tell you will make you understand that there's a period in the 2025 season that could define whether we're going to fight for the division title or whether we're going to watch the playoffs from home again. Folks, you know that 2024 started devastatingly. We lost the first 2 games, and almost everyone was already burying our season. But look, what happened? We won 10 of the last 15 games and secured a playoff spot when nobody believed anymore. Now in 2025, there's a sequence of 5 games that will show what our Denver Broncos family is made of. And when you find out which 5 games these are and at what point in the season they happen, you'll understand why I'm saying this could be the turning point of our year. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to show you exactly why these 5 matchups could take us to the top of the AFC West or make us regret another missed opportunity. First, let's talk about the general context of our 2025 season. Management has made it clear that we can't repeat that disastrous start of 2024. Starting 0-2 almost cost us our entire season, and if we want to be serious candidates for the AFC West title, we need to get ahead from the first snap. Our first 2 games are against the Tennessee Titans and Indianapolis Colts. These are opponents that, on paper, we should beat without major complications. But look here, Denver Broncos family. These aren't the games that will define our destiny in 2025. The games that really matter start in Week 7, and that's where it gets interesting. Pay attention to this sequence. Week 7, New York Giants at home. Week 8, Dallas Cowboys at home. Week 9, Houston Texans on the road. Week 10, Las Vegas Raiders at home. Week 11, Kansas City Chiefs at home. Did you notice what's happening here? 4 out of 5 games at home. And it's not just any time of the season. It's exactly when we need to create momentum for the final stretch. Come on, Broncos country. Can you see the giant opportunity we have ahead? Let's analyze each of these matchups and why they're so crucial. New York Giants, Week 7. This game marks the beginning of this decisive sequence. New York has offensive limitations, and our defense at home is usually ruthless. This is the type of game we need to dominate from the first to the last down. Dallas Cowboys, Week 8. The following week, we host Dallas. Folks, we all know that Dallas is a franchise that lives on fame and tradition, but in recent years hasn't been able to convert individual talent into collective results. Playing in Denver, with our crowd pushing us, we have everything to show superiority. Houston Texans, Week 9. Then comes the only road game in this sequence. This is probably the most complicated matchup of the 5. Houston has a solid defense and plays well at home, but our offense has the potential to find gaps in any defensive system when it's operating at maximum capacity. Las Vegas Raiders, Week 10. Week 10 brings the Raiders to Denver. Guys, I don't even need to say much about this rivalry, right? Las Vegas will always be a tough opponent regardless of each team's situation, but playing against them at home is always special. Denver's crowd knows how to welcome the Raiders. Kansas City Chiefs, Week 11. And then comes the big test. Kansas City Chiefs in Week 11 at home, right before our bye week. Do you understand the magnitude of this game? If we reach this matchup with 3 or 4 wins in the previous 4 weeks, we'll have the chance to do something that could change the entire dynamics of the AFC West. Beat Kansas City at home in front of our crowd, and then have an entire week to celebrate and prepare for the final stretch. Denver Broncos family, if you're enjoying this analysis and want to follow every play of our 2025 season, subscribe to the channel now. Every week there's exclusive content about our beloved team. Just hit the bell and you won't miss anything. Now let's talk about why this sequence is even more special. All 5 of these opponents have clear weaknesses that our team can exploit. The Giants are rebuilding and still looking for offensive identity. Dallas continues to be an inconsistent team that plays well against weak opponents but struggles against organized teams. Houston, despite being competitive, still hasn't proven it can maintain a high level for an entire season. Las Vegas is going through structural changes and might not have the same edge as previous years. And Kansas City? Well, they continue to be the gold standard of the conference, but we all know that when we play at home with our crowd, we can compete with anyone. The schedule also works in our favor. After this 5-game sequence and the bye week, we face a more complicated calendar with more road games. That's why it's fundamental to take advantage of this window of opportunity. If we can win 4 of these 5 games, and this isn't dreaming too big considering we play 4 times at home, we reach the bye week with 7 or 8 wins. This puts us in an excellent position to fight for the division title. Think with me, if we enter the final stretch with 8 wins and still have games against direct competitors ahead, we're talking about a season that could end with 11-12 wins. That's championship division territory. But look here, Broncos country. I'm not here painting a rosy scenario. This sequence could also be our nightmare if we're not prepared. If we stumble in these home games, if we can't take advantage of home field advantage, then yes, 2025 could become another season of frustration. That's why these 5 games are literally the turning point. Physical and mental preparation will be fundamental. Our coaching staff needs to have the team tactically sharp, and our players need to understand the dimension of the opportunity that's in front of us. The most interesting thing is that this sequence happens at a perfect moment in the season. It's not too early when the team is still adjusting, and it's not too late when it might be too late to react. It's the exact moment when championship teams are separated from mediocre teams. Folks, do you think our roster has the quality to take advantage of this opportunity? I believe so. We have talent, we have structure, we have an incredible fan base. Now it's time to show that on the field. Look, I'll tell you something. There's no way not to get excited when analyzing this schedule. Of course, football isn't won on paper, but we've rarely had such a clear window of opportunity. What excites me most is knowing that 4 of these 5 games are at home. Our crowd made a difference in 2024, especially in the final stretch of the regular season. Now imagine what could happen if we managed to create a playoff atmosphere in these decisive games. And there's another factor: confidence. If we start this sequence winning and creating momentum, each victory makes the next one more likely. A confident team plays better, makes better decisions, executes better in pressure moments. On the other hand, we can't underestimate any opponent. The NFL is a parity league. Any team can beat any other on any given Sunday, but with adequate preparation and execution at the level we know we're capable of, these 5 games could catapult us to something special. So, Denver Broncos family, what do you think of this analysis? Do you agree that these 5 games could define our entire season? I want to know your opinion. How many wins do we get in these 5 matchups? 3, 4, maybe all 5? And most importantly, do you believe we can use this sequence as a springboard to fight for the AFC West title? Leave in the comments which of these games you think will be the most important and why. I read all the comments and love debating with Broncos country. If you like this content, hit the like button, share it with the crew that cheers with you, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any analysis of our 2025 season. Until the next video, Denver Broncos family, let this game sequence come soon so we can show what we're capable of. Broncos country, let's go together.